Okay, so I'm literally jumping on here right now. And this is going up immediately, but like, no, I didn't skip the end of the Welcome to Noxus. I did watch it, didn't feel the need to kind of like go into it, but we can literally go through it. I feel like when they're talking, I feel like they're discussing that like, it's either going over my head or it's like something that, you know, people would know from the game. In the first video, yeah, you guys have been like super helpful with explaining, you know, like, yeah, basically all the characters are playable now, that's wild to me, honestly. The league gaming pool of characters is massive. And that's like, you know, I thought Overwatch was getting crazy, like Valorant, you know what I mean? It's like they have so many characters, but then it's like when you look at League's roster, I can only imagine what Marvel has planned for Marvel Rivals. I'm just gonna say it. Like, just the roster alone is so massive. I also have a question as to if these characters have their lore like preemptive, and if like you have to read it, is it like through the game? Because a lot of people have told me like, you know, like all of these people have their stories like canon and such, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just curious, is it in the game? Like, are there stories like in the game that you read about them? Kind of similar to how, like, you know, I mean, I guess Valorant has like little shorts on the characters. It doesn't give you too much depth. I guess they have little blurbs about them in the character selection, but like, or like in the agent selection when you're reading. But I'm just curious if it's the same for League, so all of them have that crazy depth. Making a short for all of those characters would be crazy. But let's get to it. First of all, I'm a firm believer that if your name is Vlad, there's no way that he's not a vampire. I'm just saying it's the reality of what it is. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, someone in Patreon did explain kind of that, like, yes, because we did discuss this in Patreon. He's not a vampire, but he's basically a vampire because of his blood magic usage. But the after credits scene. She's gorgeous.
Every new path seems to lead us closer to chaos. Perhaps we should focus on the opportunity that's washed up on our shores.
Unforeseen turns are simply part of any path.
Yes, but that, darling, is a step too far. Even for us.
Piltover was a
Crazy that these
lesson
characters already
that
exist.
Calamity is always approaching. In some moments, its arrival is more imminent than others. Our next move must be bolder, not safer.
So there you have it. Black Rose are vampires. No, but at the same time, I'm curious to know.
That, darling, is a...
We didn't see her in Arcane.
It's washed up on our shores.
I was just so hung up on this. Like, when I watched this the first time, I was just so hung up on the fact that I was like, vampire, Asterian, like, because I'm in a BG3 phase right now. If you're following me on Twitch, that's what we're playing. But it's just fascinating.
Calamity is always approaching.
It's like she's just trying to see, but like, why was she targeting Piltover? Unless there was an underlying thing, you know? I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what to say on it. I don't have an opinion. Like, it's not that I don't have an opinion. Why? I just don't know. Like, from what I've learned from my patrons is a lot. I genuinely just don't. I just have nothing. And it's like, you know, I'm just as clueless as the first time I watched this part. Nothing's changed. You guys have explained everything to me, and like other people have explained it to me, but like I'm still just as clueless as when I started. So, I know some of you think that she's, I guess, the image that was toying with Ambessa and Mel in the last season, but I don't know. I feel like, why would she put herself in that situation if like she has like a massive following? I don't even know if she has a massive following, but sounds like they lead a cult, if I'm being honest. So let me know your thoughts down below. You can also continue to respond on the other video. Apologies for the double upload. I was not really happy with like the first kind of. Sometimes when it comes to like just reacting and like the software, sometimes everything is against you and it just doesn't work out. And I thought that skipping it didn't make that big of a deal, but I apologize, because like I do want to share all of this with you, especially because we went on such a grand adventure, you know what I mean? And like Arcane apparently was just the beginning. Like we don't know where we're gonna end up. I shouldn't even I should stop saying Arcane. At this point it was like Piltover was just the beginning, you know? So are there vampires in League, or is it just blood magic? I got so many questions. I will leave you with this question, because this will be a nice little short, sweet video to close off your evening. Who is your favorite character to play in League if you are a player? I'm just like gathering information. I'm not saying I'm gonna play it, but I'm just curious to know like who you guys play. Don't forget to follow the socials. I appreciate you all. I'm thankful you guys exist, and I will catch you in the next one. I'll probably get back to some One Piece. So keep your peepers peeled.